Sergey, how's it going? How's your travel to Paris? Are you excited to be at Proof of Talk?
It's great, great city, great weather, great conference with a lot of beautiful and knowledgeable people. It's really great to be here. It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. I know you just did a panel, so how'd that go?
I like it. There were really great questions regarding TradFi and DeFi. Can they coexist? Or they need to fight each other? Or what's the way? Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And we came to the solution that, conclusion that actually TradFi have past evolution steps, and we started with the paper things, then digitalization, and then it's Web3 way. We introduce better, more efficient technology for the traditional finance, and we can coexist, and we already adapt with many products.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 1inch is kind of at the deep end of DeFi, right? So how do you kind of see bridging the gap between TradFi to, let's say, enabling fiat rails to 1inch's DEX aggregator, right? I want to bring $1 million to 1inch, use the aggregator to find the cheapest routes. How can 1inch enable that today?
So 1inch is not just an aggregator. This is how we started. Back in 2019, 1inch was born in New York City, right? Over a couple of nights, sleepless nights for me and my co-founder. We just came to an idea and went at new market, the aggregation market, because in the traditional world, something like this wouldn't possible at all, because it's not possible to aggregate a highly atomically in one single transaction multiple liquidity sources right now. You cannot aggregate Frankfurt Exchange and Nasdaq together. It doesn't work. So, and we changed this. Yeah, we came to the idea it makes sense, and then we started to build different products as well. We have non-custodial wallet for iOS and Android. We have hardware wallet is coming as well. So we try to adapt, and how we kind of try to adapt our technology in the traditional, the normal world of every person out there.
Yeah.
We, for example, introduced 1inch card.
Yeah.
So you pay with your crypto anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can even just transfer your euros from your bank account to the card, and you can just use it as a debit card. But if you want, you can also spend your crypto. Yeah, you get some ETH from staking. Use your stake earnings and pay for coffee or something. Right. It's really great, and you get also cash back in Bitcoin, 1inch, whatever you want to choose. There's a good set of assets, and this is how we already kind of adopt the traditional infrastructure like MasterCard. It was really a huge announcement. It was a couple of months ago here also in Paris, in the Eiffel Tower. It was really great. Together with MasterCard, we announced this partnership, and it works. It just works, and this is how it should be. We adopt step by step, baby steps, into full adoption of our technology.
Right. I mean, that's incredible how much you guys have scaled. Just 6 years now?
It's 5 years.
5 years.
Exactly 5 years. So 19th of May, it was done on a hackathon. I was walking around pitching every people, every dog, it was a dog, I pitched to the dog.
Yeah, no, I know how that is, right? I pitch to my drivers when I'm going to the airport sometimes.
Yes. It was funny to see 2 years, 3 years after the start, I was in Denver. It was a conference. It was blockchain conference, and the taxi driver who picked up me said oh, you're in crypto. And I said, yes. And I asked him what kind of crypto they own. Yeah. They said I have some Bitcoin, Ethereum, and 1inch. Yeah. And oh, okay. Interesting.
Very interesting.
People use us, and it's really nice to see also in terms of building on a project what is used by people. Right. You have seen the interview from Pavel Durov, Telegram founder. Yeah. He said he doesn't own real estate, or they have actually no asset except Bitcoin and some cash and bank account. Yeah. Because he's working on something what is used by billions of people. Yeah. This is kind of my highest motivation here to build something.
Working at scale, right? I mean, at Zeebu, we have tried to do the same, but more on the institutional side. It comes down to bridging the gap between Web2 and Web3, right? I call it Web 2.5. Because I would say there's a major liquidity issue within Web3 today, right? Where institutions aren't coming in influxing liquidity and enabling the markets as a whole. So eventually, as Zeebu does B2B, we also want to move over to peer-to-peer transactions and directly B2C transactions. So what's your overall opinion on the liquidity cycles right now? We see the ETFs coming out. Bitcoin ETFs have already been getting filled in. Ethereum just got approved. How do you see the market going from here? And then what are your opinions on the bull run as well?
Yeah, this is really great that we have now this next step of adoption that institutionals are interested into crypto, especially in Bitcoin and Ethereum. With the ETFs, we get more people who are jumping in the space, and they need to educate themselves. You know, if they go in this space, they need to educate them, and this is benefit for us. We don't have to push them. It's already demand. You know, they already get the knowledge, and it's easier for us for in terms of adoption. In terms of liquidity at all, we recognized recently, it's very interesting. There are professional traders who arbitrage centralized liquidity with the DeFi liquidity. So if there's a limit order on one each protocol, then it's huge one, and people start to take a loan from Aave. Yeah. I suggest maybe to make an interview with Stanis. He's here. He's an old friend of ours, and he has built really nice project with the Aave lending and borrowing protocol. So these people just use already these components. I call it money Legos, and try to reduce the risks and to the liquidity risk. You know, like price risks, by using money Legos what we have already. And we have already kind of people who arbitrage between different networks and centralized exchanges, but it's not good. It's not good. That's why we're also building in this direction. We are introducing cross-chain swaps. We have already kind of decentralized Nasdaq with our one-inch fusion. It's like intent-based swap protocol, where people just declare what they want, and how they get it, they don't care. Our protocol ensures that they get it. The professional market makers execute it. And now we go a step further with the cross-chain swaps. So we aggregate the whole liquidity on the market. Yeah. So people can easily say, okay, I want meme coin on base, and I want the Ethereum on Ethereum. They get it. So and this is how it should be. It sooner or later it will solve the problem also on security stock exchange, for example. Right now, it's really terrible to exchange in stock markets. I use my broker, and it's pain in the ass. Really, user experience is terrible. It takes too long. It's not transparent for me, and I lose money because I face price impacts. Because it's not efficient. Because the market makers need to arbitrage with the U.S. market at 3:30. U.S. open the market, and in Germany 3:30. PM, it starts arbitrage, and I lose money. You know, it's really terrible. Better would be 24/7. It's what people need, 24/7, and access to the whole liquidity on the market.
Well, the New York Stock Exchange recently announced that they are looking into making the stock exchanges 24/7.
Beautiful.
I think the inspiration comes from Web3
yes,
as a whole.
Definitely. Nasdaq also looking into what I've heard, also into decentralized settlement space. So yeah. They need to be fast because we are already there. Yeah. So we have already this settlement in a non-custodial manner. Yeah. It works already with a good execution. Yeah.
I think eventually, as we digitize securities, we're also going to see security swaps. So instead of having to take capital gains on my Coca-Cola stock, eventually you'd just be able to swap your Coca-Cola stock with Apple stock directly. Instead of having to.
Yes. This offers also a huge opportunity. You can hold a portfolio, like these traditional ETFs. You can actually build in Web3, like industrial finance with a smart contract, and the proportions. It's already some protocols already existing, and also the liquidity would be much bigger. Yeah. For example, like Tesla stock could have a pair with Apple. So if I would like to buy Apple, I have more liquidity because I use the fiat pairs, and I would use maybe also Tesla stock liquidity as well.
Right. So now you have to pay fees one less time for the stock exchange. You have to place a trade one less time. You don't have to wait for the settlement period. because the settlement period is what is mostly problematic today, right? Within the stock exchange.
Centralized can be compromised. Like FTX topic, right? Someone gamble with your money or what you have deposited, and then they close. You lose all everything. Yeah.
That's why Zeebu is also on the path of fully decentralizing our platform as a whole. So we're coming out with the liquidity protocol to democratize every single settlement that happens. How do you kind of foresee the rest of the bull cycle? How long do you foresee it for? And then what are your plans while you're in Paris?
So I would say that we have bull run right now, or bull cycle. We have a cycle with we see that we get adoption, we get acceptance from institutionals. They buy Bitcoin ETF, they buy ETF. Then we will face educational period. That they get more knowledge. How does it work? Regulators like VARA in the UAE and Swiss regulators, they understand already how the settlement works properly. I'm pretty sure BaFin in Germany is also very far already. And then we will see more people building and a more regulated environment than we had 5 years ago. I see next 5 years growing. Like everything will grow. It's because it's technology. It's not just something printed out of the thin air.
Well, we're moving away from just the speculative piece to the consumptive piece, right?
It's technology thing, It's and then it's global thing, What is very important in terms of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and cryptocurrencies, it's a global product.
Yeah.
So everyone from the whole planet, also on Mars one day, can interact with this financial system and can be sure that no one is cheating on them and I don't know, hiding extra fees or run out with the money from And this is a global thing. And if someone got paid in Bitcoin somewhere in South Africa, they can spend this Bitcoin theoretically in the US as well, or in Europe, or in Asia. Yeah, this is different to what we have right now. With fiat currencies, they print if they need it. Yeah, it's the traditional financial system. It works. It failed multiple times with the Black Swan 2008 and so on. But everyone needs to understand that they just build it how it is right now because they had no other options.
Right.
But now they have our option. They have our decentralized finance in Web3 and what they can implement and adapt.
Amazing. Always love getting your input on where the market is moving. I absolutely agree with you because today I see the market actually using the utilities that blockchain technology as a whole create, right? Instead of just focusing on the speculative piece of digital assets. So I do believe that this is going to be a long sustained economic cycle as a whole because the liquidity isn't going to leave in a flash. How do you kind of foresee the next 2 days? What are you specifically here to achieve at Proof of Talk?
So today I will walk around, speak with everyone, how I do it. So normally on the conferences, I try to spend a whole time here to speak with people to get some also knowledge. So I'm someone who try to extract knowledge from other people as well. So to understand, okay, what is the trend, what's going on, or what do people want, what they are looking for, what pains they have. And based on this knowledge, which I try to contribute in one inch environment with suggesting new products. We came to the new product with 1 inch card where you can pay with the crypto anywhere with the MasterCard because we were in Australia.
Yeah.
And they actually own a lot of crypto. 70% of people own crypto, but they have it on the centralized exchanges.
Yeah.
But then I found out that, okay, we introduced our non-custodial wallet, explained the ownership. Web3 is about ownership. Web2 is about sharing, social media. Web3 is about ownership. And we tried to explain, they said but how can you use it?
Yeah.
On Binance, I have my Binance card. Yeah. But here, how can you use it? I'm okay. Okay. 3 months later, we have a solution with 1 inch card.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's awesome. This is how we try to adopt. My goal here is on the conference to just get all the information and to work with this then.
Continue your iteration cycle when it comes to product development and roadmap development, right? Thank you for joining me today, Sergey.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
That was
Thank
a great
you very
podcast.
much.